So
good.
there are about 55 acres that are cleared and hemp is grown on. And yeah, so we can take a look.
Excuse me, sir. This all together is 199 acres.
192.
Oh, 192 acres.
Yeah.
And how many acres plant hemp?
About 50.
50. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's about 45 to 50.
Oh, okay. And I saw this only inside or outside?
All outside.
All outside.
Well, not all outside. We did have a small grow inside, but primarily all outside.
So is
Oh,
there any
some
particular,
outside.
With the license, like
Yeah.
the license is just like for outside or inside?
The license is either.
Oh, okay.
So you just get a grower's license, which we have obviously, and then right now there's only 2 licenses. There's a grower's license and a processor's license. So we actually have a processing plant about 40 minutes north of here. That is I'll pull up some of the pictures and show you. Yeah, this is the farm. We grew all on here, and well, I'll show you all around if you want to take a look.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to have to trudge a little, so sorry about that.
Darling, from umbrella, please. Umbrella.
So is the club interested in purchasing a hemp farm?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, because we know that hemp farm, a lot of Asian person in California, they planted this, they got money, so we are interested. Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very profitable business.
Yeah.
You know, so we grow, you use CBD oil?
Yeah.
You do.
Yes.
You know what it is, right? Yeah. CBD oil?
CBD, yeah, I know this hemp can make some oil use,
Yeah.
just like medical.
Very healthy.
Oh yeah, just like medical.
Well, that's what we grow it for.
Oh,
We grow for CBD oil.
oh, okay. And you only plant the hemp for CBD oil?
Yes.
Or for some, I know somebody they plant this for smoke.
Oh yeah. Well, we do sell some of that too.
You also do the smoke stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Then you plant hemp and how to say that word?
The premium hemp is used for smoking,
Oh,
but people want to smoke it to get the CBD oil, you know, benefits of it.
oh,
It's like medicinal. All of what we grow is medicinal.
oh,
We have a whole product line of CBD oil.
oh.
And so this whole area actually gets planted
Oh, this area planted.
all through here. Yeah. So in that barn right there, you see those super sacks. I'll show you the whole process if you want it. You want to see the whole process?
Oh, yes, please.
Let's just walk over to this indoor. We'll start here.
In spring you will plant this area?
Yeah, this area all gets planted. You see these trays?
Uh-huh.
These are the seed trays,
Oh.
starter trays. And I mean, they're behind here, there's thousands of them.
Oh,
And what you do is you use a fertilized soil.
oh, sorry.
See that fertilizer there? You buy organic soil. Everything is done organically. The entire farm is operated organically. So there's no pesticides or herbicides that we use. It's literally all organic. And it starts in the greenhouse with these seed trays, filled by hand. Takes a lot, you know, it's a lot of labor intensive. And they grow, it takes them about 3 weeks to get to about that size.
Oh,
And then they're transplanted. Out
inside
into
the grow
field.
first, and
I'll
then.
show you the machine that we use to plant them.
Oh,
And so, but that's how the process works. These sacks are for the end. So the plants end up, they're female only plants because the female plants have the buds on them. And I know, be careful.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, does everybody know what he's saying?
Yeah, I know.
You speak English well, or?
She speaks Japanese, but I can translate.
Oh. It starts inside. They grow only the girl plants inside.
Inside and transfer outside.
And then he has a machine. He comes outside.
I'll show you the machine.
He's going to show you the machine you use.
But I just wanted to start because those are the trays that we use.
These are how they plant in the greenhouse.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so let's walk over to the greenhouse.
Okay.
No chemicals, no medicine.
These are some of the plants after harvest. You know, all the buds have been taken off, and then these plants. And then what we do is we grind them up and put it back in the field because it's fertilizer.
Oh, okay.
So in the spring, yeah, I know. Be careful. Sorry
Okay.
about that. So this farm has a beautiful stream.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a bridge. Is
Yeah,
this?
this is a bridge.
Oh. On the mountain, the woods also you can cut the woods to sell.
Oh yeah, beautiful up there.
Yeah.
So we draw water from this stream.
它有一条河，这农场还有一条
Used
河。
for irrigation.
水它
There's also a well,
哦
a dug well.
哦 ，dug well.
Yeah, and that's used for fertilizer or for irrigation also.
Okay.
All these fields get planted. These are the plows that we use. Just the initial turning up all the soil,
哦
right? So that one's called a moldboard plow. And so both of those are used in the field. And then once those are used, the fields get smoothed out. Then we have this machine that creates a mound. And the mound is about this wide, and it comes along and covers in plastic, pokes a hole, and then you drop one of the small plants in. So I'll show you the machine.
Okay.
It does this. It does this. And then there's two machines. The second machine does this.
That's it, he's showing them. So this barn is used for everything. We store the equipment in here.
哦
We bring the tractors right in, and then we use it to stage in the second half of the whole operation. I'll wait till everybody gets here. So this barn is used for lots of things. We store all the equipment in here. We bring the tractors right in. But in the beginning of the year, we store most of the fertilizer and stuff in here to prepare all the trays. In the fall, it's most important in the fall because the hemp plants are all cut out in the fields, and they're cut by hand. Come cut the plants, they bring them down here, get them all set up, and then we dry them in the greenhouse, which I'll show you next. But this is like a huge staging area. Literally, there's hemp plants to the ceiling.
You bring them in here to dry. You got to bring them inside for a while. It's a process, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's going to take them into the greenhouse.
Right. Let me show you this machine. This machine is the best machine that we bought. So these two are used together to plant. This one, this is drip tape, so for irrigation.
Yeah.
Drip tape goes under the plastic. The plastic is here. And basically this is pulled along and you see how it creates the mound.
What this does, two things. It needs water, but we don't want water just to fall all the time. This is like a hose or a pipe.
Yeah.
So when you're making the dirt like this, you buries it.
Yeah.
So then during the year, it just a little water
Yeah.
on the roots.
Two things. It waters the roots, and we also use a fertigation process, which is a liquid fertilizer.
Yeah.
And so, especially early on, liquid fertilizer is used quite frequently to get the plants stabilized.
Make it strong.
Yeah,
Or anything.
so this hooks right up to the tractor. It goes this way. You see how it creates the mound? This part of it creates the mound. And then underneath is the tape, and then over is plastic.
Yep.
But it's biodegradable plastic, so that
It doesn't work.
it doesn't last. Yeah,
Every year you do this.
every year. And then this machine gets pulled behind this. So we've got two things going on at the same time. We put the trays all here. Excuse me, come on over. I didn't bring that tray with me, but you know the tray I had with the seeds, they sit on here. People ride along and they are dropping plants into the holes that are punched by that machine.
So this machine goes first and makes the dirt. This machine, they sit here, two people, and all day, well not all day, but until you plant, you take the plants and put them in the ground.
Right?
Put them in the ground. But the
You-
machine keeps driving as you're doing. You gotta move fast.
See this right here? This is what spikes the hole in
Oh.
the
This
in
makes the hole,
plastic.
and you put in
And it drops water into it too.
a
So,
little bit to get it started.
yeah, just to get it going. So that's how the whole, so these two machines are critical to the process.
Excellent.
Yep. So let me show you the greenhouse. These are irrigation, used for irrigation.
Yep.
We have a number of them. There's more than that. There's probably 10 of them. There are 2 ponds on the property
That's what we were saying. They have water. They have 2 ponds
They have creek.
and a well.
and a well.
Well,
Yeah, we dug the well.
one well,
One well, that's all we
one
needed.
creek, 2
Plus
ponds.
2 ponds and a
Oh.
stream.
Oh, okay.
Farms need water.
Plus there's a natural stream that runs, I'll show you, right down through the middle of the farm.
Up from the mountain. So it's kind of a lot of water.
Yeah.
I paraphrase a lot because I know what words they know, what they don't. I'm trying to like, I find people nod and then later.
Yeah.
Those are machines. I paraphrase How long have you worked the farm?
3.5 years.
You from local or?
Yeah, I live down in Columbia County, so 1 county south. And, yeah, all of what you see is used in some process. The greenhouse is amazing. Beautiful greenhouse.
Oh, this is beautiful. Come on in. This is really beautiful. New, state of the art.
Yeah, this is a brand new greenhouse. It's a big greenhouse.
Oh, very big.
Yep.
它特别今天是
Come on in.
今天是没种，
嘿，这里边显暖和啊。
So let me tell you a little bit about the tables. These are rolling
它
tables.
有 gas 哈。
You see? They are rolling. It allows you to just get in between each of them as you're working. So at the beginning of the year, what we do is we stagger the seed plant so that every like 6 days, we've got about 6,000 plants
Yeah.
to put in the ground. And ultimately, we planted 52,000 plants last year. And so you do it in stages because you need to harvest in stages too.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, we'll start planting, and literally this entire greenhouse is filled with plants.
They'll grow every table. Everything will fill up with plants
Yeah.
until they're big enough
Till they're big enough.
to go outside.
So how many times from the seed to mature, like every year we can do it?
Yeah, so it goes from about May, mid-May, and you start harvest about September 15th. And harvest goes from September 15th to about November 1st.
So if we grow it outside, it will be a huge one, right?
Oh yeah, the plant gets 6 feet high
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or more.
特别大的那种。
As tall as him.
Yeah, for sure. I'll show you. I mean, I think you probably saw our website, which has a lot of the pictures.
它种在这里
so
还
excited.
是它这里面育种，遇到
We didn't show up. They were out looking for you.
Yeah,
I was like, no, we're gonna get to that.
yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, let me just grab a few.
是那种大，
Yeah.
就是大家的那种非常高的那种大树的
那种麻卖的价格便宜一些。
哎，刚才他说他这个除了做那个大麻油之外，他也种那个抽的那个效益高，那个
它是有 process，但是我们就不明白为什么它如果是那样的话，为什么利润这么低呢？然后他刚才说的很明白了，他只种1场。他在这里育完种以后，夏天种出去，到秋天的时候收，那其实就只有1场。对，但是你要自己买的话，你可以买灯嘛。
对
你买灯，你买
买那个灯一年能收4到6次。
About whether we do an indoor grow or not. So we did an indoor grow with these. And the reason we use these instead of the smaller ones is they less transplant and the root gets a little bit bigger.
So they were planted here and lived all their.
They lived this entire side
Oh.
was filled with an indoor grow that was the smokable hemp.
Ah, okay.
Premium. It was premium.
Now wait a minute, everybody. This is important. Over here, from here, the bigger trays, he grew the hemp that they smoke. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
It stays inside all day.
Darling. I want to know that they grow how many types of hemp? The smoke and the oil, they all grow?
So you grew 2 species,
Oh no, we had 8 to 10 species
8 to 10 types.
Oh, okay. That's also for oil?
of strains of hemp.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 to 10. So when you see those names written on
Oh,
there,
okay.
those are the different strains of hemp that we.
So he wrote here, look. The different kind. See how he made different kinds?
Oh, okay.
And that way you know which one he grew. Over here, they're different, you see?
但他种的这个，
两大种，一种是旱麻，一种是大麻。大麻是抽的，旱麻是那个 CBD 那个东西。
用油
大的
那个医用的那个大麻油，哎，他的 license，你刚问他没？他的 license 可以种大麻
可，以加工。
也可以种抽的那个是吧？那个是
不是，它的 license 是能种内和外，但是不知道是哪种。是 hemp 和 marijuana 是分开的。
对，所以说我们一会儿一定要看一下他那个，
Marijuana over there.
看一下他那个
hemp
到底
oil
是
here.
So he grow both.
He grew
marijuana
both, yes.
And hemp.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the license cover all species like
Yeah.
hemp and marijuana.
And your licenses covered all of the species, correct? I mean, yes.
就是它能够种那个抽的也是吧？能种，只是它没种啊，
不是
还是它？
抽是先种出来，然后到后面那个 process 的地方去 process。那个 so oil you need to extract oil from the marijuana leaves, and then you need to process it. That's why he got the license to process the whole thing, and he got a factory like in the next section, just in order to make that type of product. But for the leaf, like we grow leaf here.
He knows this better than us.
This is what it looks like in the field. So that was August.
Oh.
You know, and that's how big the plants are in the field,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. So by September,
No, I
See,
take
they're
a picture.
like here.
This is September.
no, this is still August.
August.
And this is only August 3rd. So by September, the plants are this big, each one. And we had 52,000 of them on all of the farm. Yeah.
This building, I can't emphasize enough, this is state of the art. This has got its own water. You see the heating up here?
Yeah, it's got heating at both ends. And the reason for the most important part of preserving the best part of the hemp is drying.
Yeah.
So remember, we cut, it goes in there, it starts drying in there, and then ultimately, I'll go to the drying to show you, because the drying is, let me just find a picture real quick to show you what it looks like in here. You need this entire greenhouse to dry.
This building will fill by autumn. And you'll dry it in here before you sell it.
Yeah, that's the most important part of the greenhouse is growing, but here's what it looks like when you're drying. You see that?
So,
That is every single inch of this place is used for drying.
But how to make sure all the marijuana we grow here are female? Like which step we need to cut?
You
the
have to
females?
buy feminized seeds only.
Only?
So the hemp seeds are between 50 cents and up to $1 each seed. So we bought like 90,000 seeds. So, you know, the initial investment just to get the seeds is $50,000 to $75,000, up to $100,000, just to buy the seeds.
So is that guaranteed? Every seed you
Yeah.
plant is female?
Well, what happens is, ultimately, they create hermaphrodites. It happens by nature, but you know immediately because they grow much higher. So you'll see all of this, and then 4 or 5 of them
to kill
sticking
it
up.
right now, right?
Yeah, you just pull it out.
Okay.
So you pull them out before you do field checks once a week
Yep.
to make sure no males, because males have the seeds, and the males will harm your operation.
I think one male plant will ruin like
Yes, it
like
will.
half section of the.
It will. It'll harm it. So you want all female. And so what happens in this greenhouse is it's completely climate controlled. So you regulate the temperature at all times. In the summer when it's really, really hot, you can open up the roof. Those are all fans back there. And then we leave these open. And it draws, I mean, there is a full draft in here.
It gets hot here in the summer. Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't need a coat in the summer. It's going to be
Oh, no.
very hot.
And what you end up doing is, see those, see the orange riffly thing right there on the end, on each end? See that? Yeah, on each end. You can fill the entire thing. We have all the units. In the summer you do. Fill it and run water down through it. And what that does is, when you're growing in here, it moisturizes the air. Yeah. And then we take it out for drying, because you don't, you know, you're trying to dry. So all of the units are removed now because in the fall you dry. And basically you turn on the heaters then and blast the heat just to keep it dry. Yeah. Because in order to process, the hemp has to be less than 12% moisture.
You got to get the water
It's
out.
got to be, ideally it's between 6 and 9, but you can't have it over 12, or it'll gum up the processing machine.
So another question is, how about the electricity? Is that okay? Like, is that doable? Like,
Yeah.
if we purchase LED lights like each section,
Yeah.
and to like, that is okay.
Sure. I mean, we've had, obviously this runs on full electric in here, and it's going full blast in the summertime, especially in the fall.
Is that a good invest if we install the solar panel side to collect the solar?
Yeah, you know where you would consider doing solar is right up there. That field right above here is too wet to grow. And so the guy came and looked to potentially put solar. So you could run solar right there for about 2 acres. And that would also, it'd save you money, but it would also boost up the energy that's available.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. So, so these are all fans just to keep the air moving. And what we do is we use that rotoplast, and basically it's a mister. And so it sends mist up into the air, and those fans circulate it just to keep everything moist during the initial growing season. And then in the dry time, they also just keep circulating the hot air that's flowing in here. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a great production process.
You have other questions, or?
Then what you end up doing, see this machine right here? It's a small machine, but what it does is it's a grinder.
Oh.
And see that tent down there? You put the grinding machines in the tent just so that dust doesn't go everywhere. And basically you're grinding it down to a fine powderish substance. And that fills the super sacks that we saw over in the other barn. It fills the super sacks, and then those are transported to the processing lab.
And they sell those.
And they sell those. They're weighed because you do it by weight. Everything is done by weight. And then the processing plant takes that dust and basically runs it through a CO2 supercritical extraction machine, and that extraction machine gets the oil out of the material. Yeah, it's a crazy process. Here it is in the this is in the barn. What it looks like during
Drying process.
yeah, during drying. I'm sorry. Whoop. Just took that too far. But and let me get to some pictures of the processing. I just want to show you. Here's some good pictures of the farm. Okay, so here we are on the farm. This is some growing. These are the hemp plants early in the year. And what we did the first year is we didn't use plastic. Plastic works way better. So the second, because otherwise you have to weed.
Yeah, weed all the time. Yeah, good idea.
Oh yeah, so that's what it looks like in the field.
Oh wow, look at this.
Yeah, see the different colors too?
Oh, yeah.
See the color, like the blue, they're different strains is what they are. So the plants, some of them are a little bit shorter, but much fatter and lots of buds down here. Other ones grow tall and the buds are all on top, depending on which strain it is.
Shall we throw down?
Here's what it looks like in here.
Oh.
That was some of the smokable grow right